Okay, here we're multiplying again. We're multiplying these two monomials right here. It's negative 3x cubed times 2x squared. We're multiplying. Keep that in mind. So the long way to do this is to expand this. This negative 3x cubed means negative 3 times x cubed means x times x times x. Bring down that times 2 times x squared, x times x. So if you look at all that, what we really have is just a bunch of multiplication. Negative 3 times 2. Keep in mind that multiplication can be done in any order. I could rearrange all these and put the 2 next to the 3. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. And if we're multiplying x times x times x times x times x, it's really x to the 5th power. So what you learned in the previous section, my previous videos, was when you're multiplying, you add the number of x's being multiplied. X cubed times x squared, it's x to the 5th. You add the powers there. And the coefficients here, you just multiply. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. The same holds true here. We're multiplying an x squared times 4x. So there's an x squared, which is x times x, multiplying by another x, which is really x to the 1st power. You're really going to have an x cubed now. And then you're still going to have that 4. It's 4x to the 3rd power. So multiplying monomials is really using the product rule we saw before. On the bottom, we're multiplying a monomial times a binomial. Now, you've seen this kind of multiplying before. You've done it in chapter 3, but you did it with distributing. You did it with a problem like this. If you ever saw something like 4 times 5x plus 2, we understood that to mean 4 times everything in the parentheses. So we did 4 times 5x, which was 20x, plus 4 times 2, which was 8. And that's the extent as to where our answer went. We couldn't add these two terms because they're not like terms. We're going to do something very similar here. It's going to start, it says 2x times 3x plus 4. So it means take 2x and multiply that times everything inside. So it becomes 2x times 3x. Now that's going to be 6x squared. 2x times 3x. Imagine that here on the side. 2x times 3x. If we use the same reasoning I used here, it's 2 times 3, which is 6. X times x is another way of saying x squared. That's why I'm just writing x squared here. Plus 2x times 4, or I could say 2x times a plus 4. I'm going to say that later. 2x times a plus 4 would be 8x. 4 times 2x is 8x. And that's the extent that this goes, because we cannot add these two terms, because recall that adding two terms require that they be like terms. So this is as far as I can go.